first Thursday live before Self Reliance Festival March. I'm super excited to be on live again. And if you want to have a question answered, just throw it into the chat. Unfortunately, I have a barking dog because Tactical walked out of my house and left his barking dog in my house, and she wants to be with him. Hopefully he will hear this and come get his darn dog. Anyway, like this live if you want to help us get the word out, and subscribe to future lives. The purpose of doing these is just to talk to you about what's going on with the Self Reliance Festival. We'll talk about some behind the scenes stuff as we get going, answer any questions you have. We've discovered last time that there were a lot of questions, and we have FAQs on the website, but other specific things came up. And so it was always nice to do a live stream. I have Mama Sauce on. Mama Sauce, say hello.
Hello.
Waving is not saying hello. It's a daughter's job to torture her mother, guys. It's totally that's the deal.
And I've had it for a solid week.
Yeah, I was just in California. So, okay, guys. So here's the website. This is what's going on. March 25, 26 is Self Reliance Festival. And we've got tickets up. We've got vendor spaces available, sponsorships available. That's all on the home page, selfreliancefestival.com, if you want to find out more information or grab a ticket. Hello, Lynn. Welcome to the live stream. And then this one's new. This arrived today. See the big red button that says apply to be a presenter at Self Reliance Festival? Howdy, Chris. How are you? Howdy, Faith. We opened up the speaker application form technically yesterday, but I announced it today on our Facebook page and on social media and on my podcast. But if you want to be a speaker, we're taking applications until February 15th. On February 15th, that link goes away. Between now and then, we'll be looking at applications. We've already had applications coming in. But I wanted to make sure, because a lot of you have reached out saying, hey, I have an idea. I want to speak. This just gets y'all into one spreadsheet that we can look at. So it makes our lives a little easier, which makes us more responsive to you. And it asks us a few questions. Mama Sauce and I worked on this form this week, and we reduced the number of questions that we ask because we used to ask a lot of questions. We're trying to keep it simple, but then we'll have follow-up questions if you end up being a speaker. Chuck Peekbles is in the room. Luddy, hello.
Welcome, Chuck.
Yep. Autumn Dawn. She made it. All right. Well, times we got to get Autumn on to talk about the information booth. So Autumn, put that in your little hat. Think about that. Anyway, here's some of the presentations we know are happening. I'll be doing a talk on smart homesteading, which is an adaptation of the idea that you can use technology in your homestead, but it doesn't have to be all roboted out. And it's a journey through 15 years of homesteading, some lessons learned. I'm going to share with you, before I became a smart homesteader, some of the dumb homesteading things I did. John Willis is going to do a dependence or DIY Q&A session. He does best with Q&A, and we know it. So come with your questions for John. You can basically ask him anything you want. Monica, Chase, Kentucky Sustainable Living. Hello. I hope you're coming to the Self Reliance Festival. I haven't heard from you yet about that. Anyway, Chase is happy to hear from Jason. We've got defending against the 3 most likely attacks with defense dogs with Joel Ryle. So it's going to be a little bit different than what he has done in the past. And then we have the Fall of Empires by CJ Kilmer of the Dangerous History podcast. For those of you who didn't see the live last week, that dude's pretty cool. And he just did a hello, Ed. You're in the room. Ed, the 3 pillars of radiation safety. Ed will be giving a presentation as well. Anyway, he did a master course on the rise and fall of empires. And when we talked about how long the presentations are at Self Reliance Festival, he's like, well, I can't do the rise and fall in that amount of time, Nicole. So he's really going to focus on what falls have looked like in the past and what people have done to get through that transition. I think it's going to be a really cool talk by CJ. Create Home Safety with Dana from Tactical Response. Tag is not talking about choosing liberty. Tag will be talking about off-grid living. And we're going to have a lot of off-grid focus from the practicality standpoint. I just got an application in off-grid communications, which has not been approved. I'm pretty sure it's going to be approved. And we're looking at a whole bunch of other things. As far as that goes, Mama Sauce, what have you what's in the hopper in addition to what I'm talking about on the demo side? I'm pretty sure we have a first aid thing coming from Chuck. Like, what else is going on?
We've got a new presentation that hasn't been at Self Reliance Festival from Chuck Peoples, but he will still be our medical on-site person. And he's got an interesting topic developed. We're hoping, do I get to say what we're hoping for?
Sure.
From half of Porterhouse and Teal, from the Porterhouse and Teal homestead, we're hoping to have Porterhouse speaking. It's not up on the website because although he's trying hard to come, we haven't settled on exactly what, but it's going to be something very practical. Here's how to do the homestead stuff. And Nicole and I were bopping around ideas for what I call girl stuff.
Girl stuff.
Yeah, well, we've got big bad guns and mean dogs that are well trained, and we need a little bit of balanced stuff on what happens inside the four walls of the house sometimes, or under creative control.
Okay, your mic started doing the weird buzz thing again. It was doing, so I'm interrupting. I don't know what's up with your Mac, but it's weird. So guys,
I think it's that this headset is dying.
Oh, now I could hear you.
Yeah, I've got a new headset, but I haven't taken it out of the box.
Okay, well, you unbuzzed, so that's good. It was a little weird, and I didn't know if it was just my speakers being weird or what's going on there. So I'm 100% confident there's going to be a comfrey salve or another salve making demonstration. There is going to be food preservation. I don't know specifically what it will be because I have to talk to the person about food preservation, and we are starting to get applications in. We are in conversations about a possible horse demonstration, right?
That's right.
But that's up in the air, but that person has a lot of things they can demonstrate for us. I'm not going to say who it is right now until it's done. And I also think that I'm pretty sure we'll have we haven't confirmed the blacksmith. I'm pretty sure the blacksmith will come, and I'm pretty sure distilling fuel is going to be there. So there's just a lot of really cool stuff that will happen. I think part of the magic of the festival is this 2-week period of time where we have some of the speakers on there who are really awesome, and people are like, man, I want to go and I want to show people how to braid rope, sharpen knives, forge knives, all of these different things. Identify wild plants. I'm pretty sure in March we can do a wild edible plant walk with Carrie if he has time. And there's a lot of things on the SOE compound that we could identify. And of course, as you know, last summer we put in the swales in the food forest for John Willis, so we can see how that weathered the winter and the unseasonable drought. There's a lot of changes that happen on the compound in between times. I'm not even sure what all he's done because I haven't been out there in like 3 months. So I've been away for a long time too. So we'll get to see all of those things as well. And super excited about that. Okay. So we've announced the presenter form. You guys know about the workshop that happens before the event, right? Do you know about it?
It's from Bear Independent.
Yes. It's Responder 1 training from Refuge Training or Refuge Medical, which is one of Bear's things. And here's the deal with this. I have not pushed this very hard because I was actually looking at, I don't have a graphic there, see? Isn't it embarrassing when you're on a live stream you forgot to mute your cell phone? It's my sister, isn't it?
No, it's her daughter.
Oh, it's her daughter. I see. And there's John. Uh, buy your tickets to medical training and the festival. That's right. So this one is Responder One training. They're coming out from Oklahoma. It's from 8 to noon on Friday morning, and it includes lunch. So we'll have lunch right afterwards. And we can only handle 30 people in this class. And we, without much promotion, have already sold 20 of the 30 tickets. There are 10 tickets left. Here's the thing. If that class sells out, they told me they could do a 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as well. So if the morning class sells out, we will launch an afternoon class as well. So that's 60 people that we can handle. The afternoon class will come have lunch with us at the same time, that the morning class has lunch, so people can get to know each other and hang out and talk a little bit. And then we'll do the afternoon class if the morning class sells out. That is, if you go to Self Reliance Festival and click on tickets, it's on the ticket page. We're going to start highlighting that as part of our communications, starting with the email that's going out probably tomorrow. I say probably tomorrow because I haven't seen the draft of the email yet. And sometimes Mom and I go back and forth, and Mom has a schedule that's not always, compliant with mine. So that's everything we've got going for the March one. I also wanted to mention the dates in October are the 14th and 15th of October. We're just doing 2 this year. We're doing the March, the spring one, and the fall one. There is, if somebody gets inspired and finds a really fun thing for us to do, we might do an alum only activity in the summer. And I'm thinking like not festival. I'm thinking like, let's go to the range, or, let's go rafting or something of that nature that could be really fun. And we'll see. I'm waiting for y'all to tell me what you want to do with that one. Any questions from the Peanut Gallery, guys, about Self Reliance Festival March 2023? Oh, entertainment. We forgot to talk about entertainment.
We need to find it.
Right. We would love to have music and not the same musicians every single time, although I'm sure we could convince Testimona to sing. I haven't talked to her about that yet, but we're looking for a band that hasn't played, or a comedian or something for Saturday night. And yeah, John's all like, let's go to the range in the summer. Everybody wants to go to the range. So I'm open to ideas on that. I am starting to do some outreach for that, but I think it's also fun to know what you guys want to have for Saturday night, because Saturday we have sessions all day long. There is a reception for the people who got the VIP pass, and there will be on-site food this time. We're pretty confident that the food is working out. I don't know if we've confirmed the food trucks or not. So as those of you who know from when we started Self Reliance Festival, it was really hard to get food trucks to come out, right, Mama Sauce?
That's right.
Now,
so far we've got one.
So now people want to do that, and I want to have a beer garden. I think that would be really fun. So yes, John says I should sing. I can always sing, but let's have somebody we haven't heard that we can enjoy. I think part of the purpose of bringing entertainment in and hanging out with each other is to remember it's not all the end of the world as we know it, right? It's about having fun and sharing happy memories with each other. And even when times are hard, we entertain, right? We do plays, we have music, we, in this day and age, we make videos and see videos. It's something that humans do to relate to each other, is tap into creativity. And so I'm really excited to have some entertainment on Saturday night. I just don't know who the band is. Or, as I said, a comedian or something else, Clowns, anyone? Oh, wait, that like awakens horror story, like pictures in people's heads, right? Yeah. People are totally scared of clowns. Maybe you should turn your headset off and we'll see if you're crackly.
Turn it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to avoid the echo problem that we had earlier by having her wear a headset, because we had that echo problem on Wednesday. But are you still crackly?
I don't know if I'm still crackly. What are you getting now?
Oh, not crackly. Okay, great.
Not crackly.
Looking
Okay.
forward to it. Lamar, we're looking forward to meeting you. And I know John's going to be there. So pretty excited about that. Faith, are you coming? Don't know. Is Faith coming? I don't know who's bought tickets at this point. Early Bird Special ends, I think, officially on February 15th. Is that correct? Or was it February 20th?
February 15th, early bird special. Then we go different.
Yeah. So get your tickets. If you want to come in at the early bird price of $75, get them now. Your tickets are transferable up until a week before the event. At that point, somebody has to pretend to be you to pick it up. But the way we pick up tickets is you check in, right, with your name. So, you can figure out how to transfer your ticket after that week. We just will not necessarily be able to update a new name on the spreadsheet just from a reasonability of labor. We've got a whole, it's not new, but new-ish volunteer team and staff going into this year. I think the October event, Chase will be there. Yep. Derek Rittenbach will be there. Derek, will you be there? Anyway, we have a really great event staff this time. We've locked in what the best roles are. We've got great people in great roles. Jennifer is doing the vendor management again. I am looking to have an MC run the stage for me so that I can spend more time talking to y'all, because one of my big regrets last year was I was MCing and I'm good at MCing, which also meant I didn't get to talk to people who wanted to talk to me as much. So we are doing that. How much would I charge for a coffee roasting internship? Derek, that depends. That would be a great thing to email me, Nicole@livingfreeintennessee.com. Nicole@livingfreeintennessee.com. Rosie's going to be there. Woohoo! Yeah. Do you have comms taken care of? Yes, I'm pretty sure we do. Our friend has reached out about event comms so that we can better, because in past events, we've just walked in circles a lot till we talk to each other. So this time we're going to actually look at getting some radio action going so we can better communicate with each other. It'll be a really good time. And
can I talk about something?
Yes.
If I can be heard, I think the time is now to think about what it is you do or make that ought to be sold at Self Reliance Festival, because there are eager buyers who want the quality stuff and the home done stuff from people they can trust. And we've made it easy to become a vendor. There are 3 ways to sell. The best 2 ways, in my opinion, differ with me if you wish, is to rent yourself a table or a booth. The other way is to decide to be the honcho of a flea market. And all of that is explained on the website, but Jennifer Bowman is eager to accept your rentals.
Yeah, and she'll get you all set up and find a good spot for you. We've got a whole bunch we've had a number of people already get their vendor space going. I've heard that John's property is all rocks. Well, is car camping an option? That's a great question. The camping area is grassy and cars cannot go out on it. So if you want to camp in your car, you'll need to camp at the parking lot, which is outside the entrance, just outside the entrance. And a number of people do park there and camp. It just means that you're off compound for that. We cannot have vehicles in the camping area. And in fact, somebody snuck a vehicle in last time. I'm glad they did not end up falling into the pond or damaging the bank of his pond, because that's a real risk where the camping area is with that much weight, and it's a fairly new pond. But we're going to block it with barricades this next time, because it was kind of uncool that people snuck their vehicles in there, and not happening this time. So car camping, if you get a pass that gives you the camping on the SOE compound, then you can totally camp in your car in the gravel. I like to camp in the grass and trees personally, but that's just me. But that's a great question. I think it'd be really interesting to grab a video of what the compound looks like and where the camping area is for people. Next time I'm out at SOE, I'll just take a walk through and show you sort of like, here where the outdoor showers are. This is where most people camp. This is where, hammock camping is. This is the pond you don't want to put your car in. And the two parking areas, because they're very close to each other. So yeah, tent camping's great there, I think. And of course we have numerous porta potties to handle that necessary function that everybody has. Yeah. Let's see. Chuck says, I need to get a mini pack to carry before then. Yep. So Chuck's also doing the same first aid center he did before. I think one of the coolest thing about Self Reliance Festival that's way easier than every other event I do is we have so many medical emergency people involved in this that tick bites and sprains and cuts and heat exhaustion or dehydration, like all of the things that can come up when we have 500 or 600 people all in one place get handled like that. And Chuck has agreed to do the medical center just like he did last time, I think both this event and the fall, right?
He's done all of the medical
Yeah, he's
centers.
done all of it. It's been great. So we don't need to change great. We're just going to we're staying the course. I like to stay the course when we have great. And then Dawn says we could do drone video. I would love drone video. I have a drone shot of it so we can draw on the map where it is. But I think it is really cool for people who haven't been there to understand what they're getting into, because it can be tricky going to these outdoor festivals, not knowing the facility. And then like, what do I need to have for camping? And
I'd like to bring up a topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Chairs. Bring a chair.
Oh yeah. So we ask people to bring chairs, or you could start your own chair rental business.
That's what we really could use. Someone who will rent some chairs to other people and make some bucks doing it.
Yeah. So there are some chairs. There are some chairs scattered around, but there are not 500 chairs there. And part of that is just the logistics of getting it in and out and having room for people. Works great when the people who can bring a camping chair or something to sit in, bring it and then pack it out with them. So that's one of the ways that we keep things simple for the event. John Willis says if he was running it, there wouldn't be chairs and we'd all be standing the whole time. So he's always like, well, the only reason you have a tent to keep you from getting rained on and chairs to sit in is because Nicole, which is true. So there will be, the circus tent like we always have. Not seeing the comments. Oh, I was like, so John, the picture ahead was like a comet in the sky. And there is one, like I've been reading about this green comet and how to see it in the sky. I'm pretty interested in the sky. And Angel, bring in cigars. Excellent. There's usually a campfire to smoke those around. Anyway, any other questions, guys? We've been going almost half an hour now, which is about what we usually do for these live streams, unless there's a lot of questions. As we get closer to the event, it gets longer and longer. I'll probably start bringing some of the presenters and demonstrators and vendors on just to say what they're doing as part of these. I just wanted to get us back on the horse, so to speak, of doing the live stream before Self Reliance Festival and just see what y'all are thinking. Dyslexic. John, I typo all the time. I said a whole bunch of nonsense to people today because I was typing on my new phone, and I'll type a word and spell it right, and it will just change the word. So at this point, if you get a nonsensical text from me, just what rhymes with is the question you need to ask yourself. What rhymes with that word, or what word is kind of like that? Good evening, Dean, and welcome to the live stream. All right, guys, so that's what's up in March. If you can do me a favor, plan for porta potties. That's right. There will be porta potties. There will be outdoor showers, assuming the outdoor showers still work, which I haven't tested them post-winter. It's not post-winter yet, so.
Hand washing station
That Ryan Steva, the homesteading consultant, he made that one for us last time. He had this countertop poured with cement. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful hand washing station. So, are we allowed to camp the day before? So the festival starts on Saturday, and yes, you can camp Friday night. we usually have an arrive time, like arrive after time. That has not been set, but it is usually 3 p.m. so that there's still enough light that you can set up, but that gives us a chance to get set up done, because this is done in the parking lot and in the factory, the sewing factory of special operations equipment. What happens is we try really hard not to get in the way of normal operations of special operations equipment. And that means that we don't want to be in and out of because if we walk in and out of the factory a lot, the employees, it's like distracting, to have a bunch of people in and out. So we try to stay out of the factory during business hours, and then which ends at 5. And we set up outside as much as possible. The tent usually arrives on Friday and gets set up, and it's this giant thing. Once that's set up, that's when we can do everything else. The porta potties usually arrive Thursday or Friday. We move those around. John's got cars that usually get moved from the front of the building to the back of the building. So there's a lot of different things that happen as part of the setup. And then the hand washing station, the showers, all of that stuff. If you're taking the medical class, the medical training on Friday, you could, I need to double check with John that it's still okay to camp Thursday night. I will ask him. He usually says yes, but if there's a reason that it doesn't work this time, he'll let me know. So I will get back to you on that. Usually he says yes. If not, there are roughly 400,000 campgrounds nearby that are not very expensive. Okay, 3 or 4. But the cool thing about the Camden location is it's near a recreational area. So there are campgrounds all over the place. And I will find out the Lamppost Collective about camping hours if you've signed up for the refuge class.
And it's usually best with accommodations of any kind to make your arrangements now. Yes. Or 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It's that good to do early.
Yeah, booking. So there's a Best Western in town that people book rooms at. I should call them. I've always just let people book rooms there. I bet we could get a rooming block. We might be able to get a slightly discounted rate. So I'll find out about that. And then Airbnbs in the area, people will share those and they fill up. Like the closer you get to the event, the fewer Airbnb options you have and the further away you'll be. I think some of our network folks have opened up their yards for camping as part of this, just so they can hang out at somebody's property. So there are lots of options. There's RV parking just like, I don't know, 1.5 miles down the road. It's with like heated showers and stuff. So that's a pretty cool location if you're coming with a camper. Special operations equipment has a second location that they're not using, that's used for storage, that has a parking lot that if people want to park their RVs, that's where RVs go, because we can't accommodate RVs in the camping area. So the camping that's included is tent camping, or you can camp in your car in the parking place. Yeah, that one at Birdsong Road is also good. Autumn. So Dawn runs our information booth and she's awesome at it. And she just got land near there. So she's been checking out the area. We might have to see about updating the hotel list, see if there's more.
I don't know that any other hotels have arisen and no more campgrounds, but it's a comprehensive list on the FAQs.
Yeah. I know some Airbnbs may have been added to the mix.
Probably.
Because, and the guy who runs the campground that's just like 1 mile away, he offers a discount. So I'll find out information on that for Self Reliance Festival because he thinks it's cool what we're doing. So I'll reach out to the other Dawn who's not on this live stream and see if she can connect us with him just to make sure, see if he's offering that discount for this one as well. But I think we tend to sell him out. So it's great. It's great when we can sell out the RV parking in the area, right? So anyway, well, I think that's everything for tonight. Thanks for asking your questions. We will be here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, unless something weird happens and I'm on an airplane, in which case I will announce the time change. If you want to kind of keep up on what's happening with the Self Reliance Festival, we have a Telegram group. And let me look at what is that? You have to apply to get into the Telegram group. So, and that's how they kind of keep the spammers out. So it's SRF community. So at SRF community is the group on Telegram. And the second way to keep up what's going on with Self Reliance Festival is follow our Facebook page. And of course, if you go to selfreliancefestival.com, there's a pop-up that comes up. You can sign up for our email list. We are sending the first email of 2023 tomorrow-ish or Saturday. We say tomorrow, but I'm always like, I always hedge because, you know, like, what if something happens and Mama Sauce's internet goes out, and we work back and forth on that, and it comes out Saturday instead. So the intention is it goes out tomorrow. It's going to cover some of the speakers. It's going to talk about the early bird pricing for the tickets, and, you know, then it's rock and roll time. So anyway, Tactical did a great job on your live when you were gone. I know, I listened to it on the plane on the way home. It was great. So everybody likes Chuck's class, and I think we'll be seeing Chuck present again this time. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Get the word out about Self Reliance Festival. We will, I mean, if you want, reach out to me if you want like press releases or those sorts of things to share with media personalities that you know. We'll be reaching out to some ourselves just to get the word out a little bit wider this time about the event. It's going to be an awesome event. It feels like a family reunion to me at this point, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody who was there before. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody new who's coming for the first time, and I think we're going to have the best one yet. So we'll see you soon.